So maybe you just got the DJI FPV drone and you feel a little bit overwhelmed by all of these things that you haven't done before, like flying with goggles on, flying in acro mode, which is completely manual and everything depends on your stick input. Maybe you're just new to FPV in general. Well, today I have 5 tips for you to avoid crashing the DJI FPV drone, and hopefully if you stick to those tips, you will stay away from a very expensive crash with this drone. Let's go. Tip number 1 is to start on a simulator. I can't stress this enough how important it is. If you're new to FPV, you definitely don't want to try flying with the DJI FPV drone in manual mode straight away. You will crash immediately. Starting on a sim is definitely the better way to go, as you will learn the controls, you will learn how the drone reacts to your commands. You will learn so much more without risking any of your gear. You will have the freedom to crash as much as you want, and you can try all of these different maneuvers and moves. And although they are not 100% identical with how this drone flies, it will give you a head start on controlling the drone. It will give you some muscle memory that you can always use when flying this drone. And overall, it's just a great way to get into FPV. I understand the feeling of receiving the package and wanting to open it and go fly with it straight away, but if you haven't flown FPV before, it's just not the best idea. There are quite a few different simulators out there, and most of them work both on Windows and Mac, so whichever system you're using, you will have the freedom to choose which one to use. But I personally would recommend to go for Liftoff or Velocidrone. These are the two that I use the most. Of course, you can also use the DJI Fly application and the simulator which comes with it. However, I don't really like it. I find it to be a little bit more, underperforming compared to Velocidrone or Liftoff. They are working a little bit better for me personally, so I would advise you to go for them. They cost about $15 to $20, so they cost like a pair of propellers for the DJI FPV drone. It's really nothing, and in terms of how much they're going to help you, it's really a no-brainer. You can use the simulator not only for the beginning stages of your FPV journey when you're looking to learn how to control the drone, you can also go back to it to practice some moves, just train, or just to fly when the weather is bad outside. I do it all the time when I feel like I want to fly but the weather doesn't allow me to, so it's a great way to spend your time and get better at what you're doing at the same time. All of these simulators support the brand new DJI FPV remote controller, so you only need to connect it by using the USB-C cable to your computer. The software will recognize it and you can start flying straight away. Once you get comfortable with the controls and you feel ready to fly the real FPV drone, I would advise you to find a large open space, like a large field, where you can fly safely and without anyone bothering you, so you can practice there and learn how to control the real drone. Because the real drone flies differently from the ones in the simulator. You will have some breakups, you will have some latency, you will have some issues that don't happen in the simulator. So starting out slow and having a spot where you can safely practice as much as you want is crucial to get better at flying the drone and feeling more comfortable with it. I personally have a favorite spot where I always go to test my new builds, to practice some moves, or just to fly for fun, where I don't feel any pressure because there are no people around, there is no traffic, no cars, nothing is going on besides me flying my drone, and having this place all for myself is crucial to relaxing, to flying with confidence and just feeling better about controlling the drone. The more pressure you feel around yourself, the more mistakes you will do, and until you have a little bit more confidence, I would advise you to always fly in areas where you feel relaxed and confident. Tip number 3 is to gradually build your skills up. So start from N mode, which is normal. Start flying in that mode until you are a little bit more familiar with how the drone turns, how much speed it picks up, how much time it takes to turn, to change the direction, and just get more familiar with the controls of the drone itself. Then once you feel a little bit more confident and the situation allows you to switch to sport mode, where you will not have any obstacle avoidance, the drone will be a little bit faster, you will have the freedom to do those banking turns a little bit better, you'll feel the power of the drone a little bit more. Once you do that and you are a little bit more familiar, you feel like you can actually control the drone through some obstacles, maybe you feel like you have the control to make it go wherever you want and be precise with it, then you will be ready to jump to M mode. M mode is full manual, where all the control is in your own hands, and the stick movements are extremely important because you don't have any assistance from the drone, you do not have any help from the drone. All the drone does is up to your commands and to your control. So here is where you'll need to adjust your rates, as the rates dictate how sensitive the sticks are to your commands. And the faster the rates are, the more sensitive the drone will be to your commands. So I would advise you, at least in the beginning, to lower your rates a little bit, so the sensitivity of the drone is a little bit less compared to what it is straight out of the box. That will allow you to be a little bit smoother with your movements. However, the drone will be a little bit slower to react to your movements, so keep that in mind. And something which I did when I just started out with FPV was I went to a park, which was a large open field with a few trees on it. Not too many, because you don't really want to have too many obstacles in your way. So at least a few trees so you can go around them, go very close to them, maybe if they have some open branches where you can go through. That's a nice practice. However, for the DJI FPV drone, since it's so fragile, I wouldn't advise you to go very close to obstacles until you feel like you have the ultimate control of this drone, because you don't really want to crash it. That's the purpose of the video anyway. But find a place where you feel like you can actually challenge yourself to go through obstacles or close to them, so you can better your control, because that's what it's all about. You need to have better control over the drone and how it flies. You need to be able to save the drone when it goes somewhere where it shouldn't go, and basically you just need to master the control of the drone. My next tip, which is very connected to the previous one, is in case something bad happens and you see you're losing the drone, it's going where it doesn't need to go, and you want to stop it. With regular FPV, it's very hard to do it. However, we're lucky to have this panic button on the DJI FPV drone, which you can push, and the drone will go into normal mode and it will stop straight away. It will hover in place and you can save it from crashing. That's one of the features which I absolutely love on this drone, and I think is a mandatory thing when you're starting out, when you're learning on how to control the drone. Whenever you feel like you're losing control and something bad is about to happen, you can press the pause button, which also acts like the panic button. You can press it, the drone will stop immediately and it will hover in place. Now, when I say it will stop immediately, I'm not saying it will stop exactly when you press the pause button. However, the drone reacts very quickly. I'm super amazed by how quickly the drone reacts to the pause button being pressed, and it stops as quickly as possible, depending on how much speed you have picked up and how fast you're going. But for the most part, it stops very quickly, so unless it's right before you crash, you will avoid a crash if you press the panic button. And the final tip for not crashing is to give yourself some time. I know many of us, myself included, have been fascinated by cinematic FPV pilots like Joni FPV or Andrew FPV or many others who are just absolutely amazing at what they do. And we all want to replicate these moves as soon as possible. But you have to understand this does not happen overnight. You'll have to put in the work, you'll have to practice a lot, and you have to give yourself room to grow and time to grow. Because muscle memory is one thing that really helps you in this hobby. The more you fly, the more precise you will be in your movements, the more comfortable you'll feel with how you fly, and you'll just get the hang of it. At one point, it will all click and it will feel very natural for you. So put in the work, go ahead, practice, fly a lot, and make it like a little habit to fly and practice some moves, and then in no time you will feel like you're getting better and it's all coming together. So those are my 5 tips. I hope they will help you out in your FPV journey with the DJI FPV drone, and I really hope it will help you avoid some crashing with it. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope it was useful for you. If it was, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, as I plan to post a lot more DJI FPV drone content very soon. This is Mike from Drone Supremacy. Take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Ciao.